Welcome to the 19.9 podcast with HVS. I am Aaron Meyer. My co-host today is Josh Barnett. On today's episode, we dive back into the world of shoes. But first, Billy Packard knows what time it is.
Jim, isn't it amazing when Michigan can keep this game to a 19-foot, 9-inch game inside that three-point line? It's all there. Nice move by Steve Fisher here. Turn it into the 19-9 game.
What's going on, Barnett?
What's up, sir?
Not much, man. Again, a midweek pod with a day off tomorrow and the holiday coming up. Figured if people are driving, I know one of the things I love doing is listening to a podcast in the car while I'm driving.
Honestly, I thought it was Friday. I really did. I'm not joking.
You are in a Friday kind of mood, so I believe it.
I wore sweatpants to work today.
That is a luxury.
So did EJ. Look at him.
He did. He's still in sweatpants.
We're in the studio, man. It feels good to be back in the studio, but we had to move it out to the stock room for this Michigan State Georgia game that's coming down to the wire. Maui.
I mean, you have to explain why. It's not just coming down to the wire. It's a particular performance.
Well, State was up 28 when I got here, and now it's down to 7 with two and a half to go, mainly because of Anthony Edwards, who's just gone bonkers.
He's got how many in the second half?
I want to say 28 now. Is that right, EJ? Do you know?
He's got more than 21, yeah.
No, I mean in the half.
Oh.
In the half.
28. Cassius Winston, they've got 22. Man, that's crazy. That's a good game. Maui Invitational. We also already talked about one of our favorite things for a rewatchable segment. Would the game be better with Bill Walton?
Yes.
Your answer for that?
Yes. Every game in the history of college basketball would be better without Walton. With Walton.
You actually said the Duke versus Kentucky game would be better with Walton, and I had to hard disagree with that one because when he's talking about his acid trip as Grant Hill throws that pass, you're going to be upset.
Who doesn't want to hear about a bike trail in Portland during Christian Laettner's winning shot?
Me specifically.
See, I just think your priorities are out of whack.
He also said just a few seconds ago, why don't we do every game out here?
My favorite from this was Anthony Edwards was pretty awful early in the first half, and Dave Pasch was talking and basically said that Edwards had not played a good game, and Walton got all over him and said, "Oh, you come from the fantasy sports side of things where it's all about stats for you. I'm looking for impact here." And so Pasch said, "You think Anthony Edwards has played good to this point?" "No, I do not."
Oh my gosh.
I love him, man. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, there's an honesty that's important when he's doing announcing.
Why don't you tell the audience what we're fresh off of? Where did we come straight from?
Well, we came from a little staff versus students dodgeball game. Nothing makes you feel proud of yourself than finishing a school break with beating up on some middle school kids. But
the amount of fury in your and EJ's faces out there throwing those balls. I think we have some pictures to prove that too. Maybe some video. I only got in at the end and fell.
Competition is important. That's all I have to say.
It was fun. Then I realized that I am fat and out of shape and I need to get back in shape. I made like a 1.5 minute spurt in there and I thought I was going to have a hard time.
I know. I think everyone missed you. Tried to throw and about fell on the ground.
I did fall on the ground. Turned it into a somersault. Stripped a kid from of a ball. Was on the wrong side. Was breaking every rule. Hit about 4 kids, and then somebody struck me right in my ass with a ball, and that was it.
We needed more of that. Hoppy needed to cheat for us more. We ended up losing. So
the problem is Hoppy needs to get his ass out there and play. That takes away one athlete off of our team.
Yeah,
it was a numbers game out there.
Yeah,
today,
he's got a DJ though.
But wait until the basketball game. I almost think for the pod we should do like a whole pod preview of the game and then like a whole post show of the game.
For sure.
And maybe even film it and put it up online.
I'm in. I mean, if you want, I can start giving church league updates too for our 5 listeners.
If I went to church, I would come up there and go with you. Do you have to go to church?
No, I'm Lutheran, man. It's a Catholic league. I
love Lutherans.
Yeah, I can't.
I didn't know that.
But I have a couple of the guys on the team. The founders of the team are affiliated with the parish. So.
How far do I have to travel?
1 hour, man, on Thursdays. Come on up.
No.
I'll suit you up.
Can't do it.
All right.
Let me know when the championship game is.
I figured
I'll
that
come
you
and try
would
to
show up
ruin
for the
your
championship.
chemistry.
You would show up for the championship game. Jack up a bunch of
I'm telling
threes.
you, I will show up
know.
for the championship game.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I gotta get in shape, man. I gotta use this holiday season to not get fat and get back in shape. It's getting embarrassing out there.
That always works on the holidays, getting in shape.
Yeah, I was like dead set on it, and then I have like half of a beer in me, and I was talking about how good that Pizza Hut pizza looked on the commercial.
And what wing place could sponsor us.
Yeah, exactly. And if any wing places are open on Thanksgiving, that we
shout out to AZIP Pizza upstairs. They're going to be coming soon on the pod, right?
Can't ruin that. We're gonna have to edit that out if we're gonna have to negotiate this thing.
All right, man. What are we going to be talking about today?
Well, we had a couple shoes we wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Revisit the shoe pod from earlier, and I know we got a lot of traction on that. It'll be interesting to see what we get out of this one because I think the shoes are a little bit more, maybe obscure is the wrong word for it, but probably not as passionate of a fan base as the 11s that we did last time and the up-tempos. That really brought out some people out of the woodwork, which was kind of cool to see.
Yeah. It's definitely possible, but I do think that there's something about shoes, especially some of the classic ones, that you just connect with. Even if you don't have that personal connection, I still think, you talked about the 95 up-tempos, and I still never owned a pair of those, but I still, as soon as someone starts talking about them, I know 20 players that did wear them, and so it's exciting.
You were just talking about getting a pair today.
I know. Really tempted.
What's the deal? Tell the listeners what the deal is.
Oh!
Edwards, another bomb.
That's 31.
It's got to be 31 and a half. 33
and a half. That's incredible. I'm hoping he's on the Bulls next year. Him and Levine side by side.
That's insane. This is fun watching games down here. We should do this more often. What were we talking about?
Way out, too.
The hell is this podcast about again?
It's about your shoes. So which one is the first one you're going to get out?
Man, the first one that I brought down here today is the Adidas TMac 1s. You remember these bad boys?
Oh, man. Yeah.
They are absolute bricks these days. But when these things came out, and there was something about T-Mac, too, and him going to the Magic. I love T-Mac as
Magic colors.
As a Raptor. Loved him as a Raptor. But he never got, like...
Loved him as a Raptor.
Loved him. Was obsessed.
Like, did you like Vince Carter and knew about it?
No.
He didn't play that much.
No, I love T-Mac, period. Like, as a Raptor. You can ask all my buddies in college. Like, I had all T-Mac's rookie cards and all that shit off eBay. Like, I love T-Mac because I thought he was the next Pippen.
Huh.
And so I loved him.
I see. That makes sense.
And then then they had a crazy playoffs. Remember when he was super young and Carter was super young, and they took on I think they played the Knicks, and him and Carter were crazy in that series too. Plus they had that dunk contest. Like, people forget how amazing T-Mac was. That dunk contest was insane.
I know he got eliminated earlier, like in that, but shouldn't have. He was really.
But
good.
Think about this. Remember the Magic traded for. Did they trade for T-Mac?
They signed
or they just signed both of them.
Yeah.
Grant Hill and T-Mac.
Yeah.
In that same summer. And T-Mac was like second billing. Because Grant, and probably rightfully so, right?
Yeah.
And then I just remember T-Mac came on SportsCenter and started calling out Vince Carter and told him he better get some new moves, and he knows all his shit, and that he was going to basically destroy the league that next year, and he did. Like, remember, because Grant Hill was hurt, the ankles, and then T-Mac comes out and just destroys the league. I mean, he just destroyed nobody knew he was that good.
Yeah.
He was nuts,
dude. The Magic are so weird. Like, they seem to be the nexus of so many different just what ifs in NBA history. You think about, like, what if Grant Hill didn't hurt his ankle. You think about like Shaq and Penny. What if they didn't break up? Or even do you remember Tim Duncan almost signed with the Magic?
That was around that same time.
I know it was going to be like Grant Hill and Tim Duncan. I mean, what a weird franchise to have been a part of, because they've really never done anything, but they could have accomplished a ton.
That is crazy. But back to the shoes.
Yeah.
So the first TMac ones came out. They got the take on the shell toe.
I was gonna say, is that a shell toe shot out there?
It is, and then with the kind of the stripes, and then the engraved 3 stripes on the side. These didn't even have the TMac logo. The TMac logo came later. In the next edition, and so I had the 1, 2s, and the 3s of the TMacs. But for whatever reason, these were always special to me, and I loved them, and I still have my originals. Which we have in our hands right now.
Those are the originals?
These are the originals.
Oh, wow.
So these came out.
They've held up well then.
2000 with our bricks, man.
Yeah.
But they are made well. The leather's nice and everything.
It's not bad.
But I played ball in these maybe like 4 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I'll wear them in the faculty game if we
there you
play.
go.
I'll put them on, and then I'll get nervous that the kids will make fun of me, and I'll put something better on. But I'll wear these in warm-ups.
They will have no idea what those are. They'll be like, what is going on right now?
But we played so much ball in these in the hyper at IU. I mean, I feel like these have more miles on them than anything that I played at AAU or anything. And I just took really good care of them. You'll see that there's bounce sheets still in the inside of them.
Yeah, I see that.
They stink so bad.
They're in good shape. I'll tell you what, I had those same shoes and loved them. I remember distinctly very few shoes that I can remember that I never sprained my ankle in. Those were one of them. So I always remember those shoes fondly.
Yep.
If I never got injured in them, that was an important thing.
So these were what was worn for the intramural championship inside Assembly Hall too.
Oh man,
Have I ever told you that story?
Deep. No.
So we make it to the championship game, and it's me, and it's basically me on our team. I didn't have a lot of help, but we make it to the championship game, and we win. We're winning. Let's see. I put 2 free throws on the board to put us up by 1 with 3 seconds left. And they throw a full length of the pass, Grant Hill to Christian Laettner style. I have it in my hand, right? It's going out of bounds, but I try to catch it one-handed.
No, there's a butt
It goes
coming.
off my hand, so they get the ball out underneath with 1 second left. They throw a lob over the top, and some dude jumps up and tips it in, and they beat us.
Oh my
and
God,
win the
man.
intramural championship.
Brutal.
I know it. But yeah, it was in these.
Maybe if they had the TMac logo, you would have won the game.
Oh, the other thing about these that I love is they came with a poster. I love anything that comes with a poster.
Where's the poster, man? You got a bunch of new stuff in here.
I have it. I have
good.
it. But this is all college basketball in here. I try to keep it all college basketball.
Got
I
it.
still have 2 of the posters, actually.
I see Pippen over there, I'm just saying.
Pippen's over there. He's going back home with me.
Okay.
Those over there are going back home. But, yeah, they had a sweet poster of him, playing in the playground, pickup basketball with these. And then the one that they sent me came in the box, and it got all, screwed up because it was in the box with shoes.
Right.
And so I emailed Adidas back in, the infant stages of email, and I told them that my poster got screwed up, and they sent me another one free.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. Back then, you could do that stuff, man. Companies cared about that shit.
They probably still would. Nike would do it for you.
I don't know if they care enough to put a poster in the first place. It was
No,
they were
don't.
really pushing TMac
You're right.
out there, and everybody loves the add-ons, right? If they send you a Jordan sticker in your Jordans.
Well, they'll still do they used to do all the little retro
The
cards.
retro cards were cool.
Like a postcard.
Anything. You gotta spice it up, but I feel like they put so much energy now into doing that just for special releases with the boxing and the stuff like that they don't do it for the regular general.
Well, now they're doing we're going back to the original box, and sometimes the original box is just
pisses
nothing.
me off on the 11s.
I'm
man.
it's nothing.
So those Jordan 11. We talked about that in that last pod. Those Jordan 11, but I got the Bread 11s in that early sneakers launch. The other day.
You did?
Yeah.
This year's.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, they
man,
did
I don't think I knew
sneak
that.
drop on sneakers. And so I was able to get a pair, and they came in the old, like, 96.
Oh, look at you, humble brag.
I already sold them. I did. I just shipped them out yesterday.
What size did you get?
9.5.
Oh, so you did get your size, and you just shipped them out?
I never liked the breads. I hate to be a reseller, but I really
Man.
don't. I just say that. I love being
Man,
a reseller.
I know.
If
Yeah, you do that for a living.
I didn't really make much off of them, but yeah, I don't like that bread colorway, man. But anyways, it come in the 96 box that the Pippins and everything else in 96 came in, and it pissed me off.
I know.
It made me even more mad. It made me even more ready to sell them because the 11s, the original or the retro 11s from what was it, 2011 or whatever, have that awesome box, and so did the Win like 82s that I also have.
Right.
They have that awesome box with all the plastic on the inside and all that shit.
Yeah.
EJ, you can pick up your keys and leave, buddy. You don't have to be quiet.
Just being quiet.
Thanks, brother.
See,
Well, it's a chance.
Hey, can you take those to the post office or no? Are you going to buy
there's no box laying around.
Huh?
We're doing a little behind-the-scenes 1999 style here.
Grab
We've got
one of those
Barnett
boxes. Don't
sending out
over
some
there.
of his
Do you mind?
orders.
Okay, sweet, thanks. You can just put those UMass.
If you're anticipating an order, they are on their way. So that's a little behind the scenes on a Tuesday afternoon here.
I like your narration.
I do remember the other day I was talking to Barnett about doing a pod. This is how committed he is. He was like, I want to, but the post office closes at 4:30, and I've got things to ship out. And I appreciate that. As someone who is excited when I order something, I appreciate the commitment to getting out as soon as possible. Like, I could have waited another day, but he's like, no, these people want their
Thanks,
stuff.
EJ. See, dude.
We're sending it out.
In this case, EJ is. So, big shout out. Thank you to EJ.
Or Barnett's opportunity to order EJ around.
No, that's not it. But he will. Yeah, he's gonna make it in time. That's a good thing.
Good.
I always try to get him out fast.
I
Man.
know, I agree. I know you do.
Part of it. All right, we want to move on. I can't remember what I was talking about before that. Sorry, guys.
It's all right. Yep, next pair. Let's do it.
Okay, so I had lost like all faith in Nike basketball shoes, and I know people out there are gonna disagree with this and disagree with me and tell me how much I forgot about other shoes that came out.
Oh boy.
Until the Paul Georges came out. So that was 2017. So I will never ever forget that this launch.
Hang on. I got to do this.
Yeah. There you go.
Little Velcro.
I'll put it down. Don't touch it again.
Sorry.
But I remember the Paul George's hit sneakers app, and they put them up there. I mean, it honestly felt like 2 months before they launched. And these are the Shining editions. The prototype, they call it the Shinings. So the black ones with I can't tell, I'm colorblind, but the silver or the iridescent stuff, and the very first one that launched. And so for 2 months, it felt like I would get on sneakers every single day and just look at them. And I mean, I was more hyped for this shoe.
Did you see them like ahead of time so you knew what they look like?
Well, just on the sneakers app.
Yeah.
Because they put them up there, but they didn't release them forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Nike Talk obviously had pictures of them up and stuff too. But something about that silhouette and the colors, the color combination, and the materials, like it's a bunch of different things together.
Yeah.
That just make them ridiculous. And
It's a good looking shoe. Like it does. It just looks nice. It's got the swoosh going both forwards and backwards, like kind of like the Giannis has. They got the backwards swoosh, and then I like a shoe with the strap on there. I think that always looks kind of cool. Breaks it up
for sure. So I was sitting there and and everybody was kind of like lukewarm on Paul George getting his own signature and stuff at that
which
time,
was
too.
weird because you want an athletic wing with his own shoe. Like that's the type of guy that needs his own shoe.
That's me. That's kind of why I put the TMac and the PG1 together, because of the same kind of type player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
and
are.
That's that prototype that I love. And so the shoes are kind of similar, you know what I mean, when you put them up together as far as the silhouette and stuff goes.
Yeah, kind of the
but they're
collar
also
height.
16 years apart, and you can tell that.
Crazy.
Too.
Yeah.
But I just remember looking at sneakers and looking at Nike Talk and being so hyped. And I had 3 computers going and my phone going for the launch. And the night before it leaked on Nike Talk that the numbering on the side was how many pairs were made. So the bottom 4 numbers here are the amount of pairs. And I think that they were limited to 10,000 pairs.
Oh, wow.
And so I have 7439 is on mine.
That's cool.
And as soon as that information got out there, the hype for these just went to an all-time high. I mean, just went nuts. And they sold out, I want to say, in 3 seconds on Nike Talk, maybe.
Oh, wow.
I mean, on sneakers. And I was left empty-handed. I didn't get them.
You didn't get these?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get them off Sneakers app. And I freaked the hell out. Like,
You've been waiting forever.
I mean, like, to the point where I was obsessed. You know what I mean? And so I had checked eBay, and I checked eBay prices the night before once the hype kind of got out on them because I thought it was a possibility. And so I jumped on eBay as soon as I missed it. As soon as I didn't get it, I jumped on eBay and grabbed a pair for $180. I think they retailed for $110. And I jumped on eBay before the seller could see that the demand had went up so high for them.
Right.
And so as soon as I clicked buy and went back to his page because he had several, they were already up to $240 on the
I think
page.
I remember you telling me
and
about
I'd
that.
snuck in there at like $180, and so I was super happy to have them. I don't wear these enough, but I went on to get 4 more pairs of the PG ones.
You got deep
I hope
in
my
the
wife's not
PGs. Yeah, I was going to say.
I still ball in the all black and gum bottom. I love the
Really?
gum bottom. Yeah, I sold the silver kind of fishy pair to a buddy of mine to play ball in just for what I bought them for. And I still have some ID ones in Yeezy colorways.
You got your IDs shouted out recently, right?
Oh yeah, those were my PG13s.
Well, I know, but
Yeah. No, I was on
That's
the
funny.
shoe was on was it Nice Kid or Soul Collector,
Soul
the top
Collectors.
50 best, and I came in at
yeah.
19.
19.
19.9. I didn't even think about
How
that.
much did you pay him to do that?
But I will say that I stole the design off Nike Talk.
Yeah.
Like the guy
Well.
came up with the concept, and I'm like, ooh yeah, and I just changed a couple things. But then when I posted them on Nike Talk, I gave a shout out to the dude that did it.
All the best ideas are stolen or borrowed. That's just how it is.
I've always wanted the NASA pair, the PlayStation pair of the
Right.
twos. Those things are awesome.
I thought that's what it was. Like, I thought you had copied it. Like, it was a Nike
The
official
basically
design.
was.
Yeah.
It basically was copied off of that, but I made it work for the threes, and I'm obsessed with them. I was wearing them the other day. I'm obsessed. So yeah, I still love Paul George.
Are you gonna get the
Paul
new
George's my
the
guy.
fours? I didn't.
Fours,
get your
we
thoughts
just
on
saw
it.
that one prototype picture, so
So you're gonna have to wait.
we're gonna have to
The
wait.
jury's
I bet
out.
they'll come out with some crazy colorways.
You're gonna wait on the colorways.
Yeah.
What do you think right now?
If I get back to playing,
If
I get back to playing basketball, I'm gonna have to pick up a pair of balls.
He's not as in. He's not willing to hype beast.
So here's the deal. So Doug Gottlieb had a thing. I listened to him. Shout out to Doug Gottlieb because he shouts out us, which is awesome.
You sent me that clip.
Yeah,
That was
cool.
good.
So, anyways, he had a little bit on his show. I don't know, maybe a year ago, and he was saying like people don't get hurt playing basketball because they're old. People get hurt playing basketball because they're overweight and their body is trying to do the things that they did when they weren't overweight and they were in playing shape.
Yeah.
So like I'm supposed to play ball tonight. Called it a hard no. Sent in a hard no. I got a couple texts tonight. I'm like, no, I can't. Like I'm
God.
for myself. I'm fat right now, so I have to get back into working out first, and then I can start playing ball again. And if I get back into playing ball, then those PG4s will be.
You just let me know. We'll 1-on-1 before school. I'll get you back into shape.
Well, I want to be in shape for that.
Oh, okay.
Once I get back in shape, I'll let you know.
Oh, okay. I got it.
So those are my 2 pairs. I know that we had talked about doing just a couple pairs every time we do one of these. We got some people that want to come on and talk 90s and 2000 hoop shoes too. So we'll have to do
need
that
to because if it's shoes, I can look at them all day. I like both of these, and I think that again, the most interesting thing besides just the silhouettes is your contrast to the players. Let me ask you this: who would you take between PG and TMac? I know, right? It's getting closer now. I mean, a few years ago, I think it would have been easy, but I don't know.
I think
think about the defense, though.
It's Paul George. It's Paul George.
Think how crazy that is.
But it's really Paul George because the NBA was so bad in the early 2000s. It's the worst era of the NBA ever. Don't at me.
No.
It's the worst, period.
I don't think there's a question. Like, the talent just dipped, and it
sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked. Now, were there some great players? Yes. We got Iverson in that era. We got T-Mac in that era. But the brand of basketball and rap music, for that matter, was absolutely horrendous.
Simmons always calls it the too much too soon generation, where they got before they got the rookie salary scale in there, and they got some of the things to help guys transition to the NBA. It's like you get $84 million when you're 18 years old, and it's like, are you going to make good decisions on that?
No.
I
would not make good decisions as a 39-year-old
I know.
with 3 kids
I'd
and a
be
wife
really
and
in trouble.
Really bad decisions. Like, I'm thinking of the bad decisions I would make right now. Hopefully we have that opportunity at some point in our life.
PJ Tucker, let's go on a shoe spending spree.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I did want to ask you, too, just about some of the Black Friday stuff you guys got coming up, see if we can get into some of that, because I know people got money that they've set aside. I know I do, ready to spend some of that on some Christmas gifts. So what do you guys got in store for everybody?
Yeah, I think we're gonna put it out there maybe Thanksgiving evening, probably, at least to our email subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to our email, you might want to do that. I might throw it out, the early bird kind of stuff, to them. But we will have 15% off everything, plus free shipping on all orders, and then there'll be a nice little kick-in if you spend X amount on our site that I can't disclose yet. So we got a few things brewing, and then we'll continue to have some launches after Black Friday too, and after Cyber Monday, leading into the holidays.
Anything you want to tease?
No, I can't do it yet.
Man. Trying to get it out of him.
All you have to do is look around. You can see it.
Wait a second.
We're in the inventory room, so it's all out there. There are no secrets in here. So
I'm behind the curtain right now. Mm-hmm. What do you want to know about?
Anything else you got? What are we gonna do for the next pod?
Well, I want to do the video games one still.
Yep, and I'm trying to get my Atterbury guys down here over break, but I don't think they're going to be able to make it, so we might have to push that to Christmas.
Okay.
And I have another podcast I want to do with some buddies too on this charity tournament we were in that got wild as hell. Basketball charity tournament from about 20 years ago. Oof. We were talking about it the other day. It was hilarious. So I'm gonna try to get them down, but that might not be till Christmas.
Red hacker levels.
That red hacker logo is ridiculous, man.
I'm just waiting for that shirt,
man. We gotta do a shirt. So. No, just tell everybody, or want to tell everybody, have a good Thanksgiving, and be on the lookout on 99.com if you guys want some cool shit.
For sure. And if you haven't already, hit the like button on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you guys are listening. And if there's any platforms that you want us to add, we can do that as well. So most people are listening on one of those platforms, but if there's something else where you're like, I really need it on Pocket Cast or whatever, let us know.
We can also subtract those if you want us to.
We'll delete all those. Yeah. If you've subscribed and you no longer want to be subscribed but don't want to go through the process of deleting it, then we'll do it for you.
Just let us know.
You might be the only person. All right, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the 19.9 podcast with HVS, the High Volume Shooters. For more information, check out the blog at 19.9.com under HVS. And while you're there, do yourself a favor and pick up some retro college shorts. Till next time.